Hello Guilty Gear Xrd players, this is a match review of Only Mids number 27, a North American tournament for intermediate players. It is hosted by Coquette and occurs at the end of every month. If you're interested in playing or spectating, check out the link in the cards and details. I believe there is no entrance fee, and if you win, you get to have your character drawn by the incredibly talented artist herself. This is the second time I'm doing this, so check out the previous one if you want to see other tips. Also, this time around I have two co-hosts, HypedForSlicedBread and Zero, to lend their expertise. Both of these players are incredibly talented and use multiple characters. Before I do start though, I want to let you know that a lot of the things I say are suggestions and preferable solutions may differ based on player strength and situations. We don't claim to know every character property and move interactions. So if you find a better strategy or think we missed a point, let us know in the comments. The main goal here is to start a discussion on points to improve. Alright, actually, it might be easier to associate voice for people who don't know, so I guess if you could introduce yourself, like, I guess maybe who you are and what character
if you by some miracle do not know me, despite streaming Xrd all the time, I'm HypedForSlicedBread.
And Zero.
Okay, what's up? I go by Zero, I play Venom.
And a whole bunch of other characters too.
And a couple
yeah.
And a couple more.
Unless it's like a really pre-established combo. Like this probably won't knock down.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a little too close.
Okay.
Oh, no. Good spacing.
Spin.
They're not pressing anything yet.
Oh, I'm assuming he doesn't know what that does, right? Like
A lot of people,
full charge.
Yeah, a lot of people panic in that situation. I have
Alright,
heard
here,
there's like
give me your best solutions for that.
I've heard that there's a sound cue for it, that she like starts to grunt as the unblockable is gonna start.
Oh.
But
You time it?
Yeah, I usually personally will like immediately air dash back to have them pull me in, because the way it works is she controls the gravity. So I make it look like, oh, I don't want to be close to you, and then I move forward and they vacuum me and I get right on top of her.
I see.
In other words, like, you kind of assume a lot of them, if they immediately see you run, will probably pull you in kind of hard. So I let them pull me in and then I block, and if it didn't seem like anything happens, then I throw afterwards.
For the sound method, she's not really grunting, but makes a weird humming noise while charging. If fully charged, she will attack on the 5th hum. You can backdash at that timing and retaliate with a counter hit. I personally think this is possible to do consistently after some practice.
I like these 2S's a lot. 2S's are a really solid normal for just pressing in place in this matchup. It's very low commit.
Just cuts back here.
It's also really helpful at protecting you from just getting your /2D. 2D is a pretty important normal to play around in this matchup. Doesn't want to lose half their life bar, opts for the burst. Yeah, like a lot of these situations, I see a lot of like James opting for like jumping a lot of these spots. 5K is really good at punishing certain positioning in the mirror. Nice. Just the side switch on the hit. Nice air throw. Yeah, stuff like this. Like the way that James is adjusting a little bit more now, kind of sending it a bit, but good decision in the end. That sort of slower, that slower pacing at the end is definitely what I think is the key to winning. If your opponent in the mirror is just like running around,
yeah, they're
like
just killing themselves.
Just stand at a distance and then mix between like a defensive gun flame, reacting with anti-airs, reacting with the preemptive air-to-air JH, stuff like that. Basically, you just start putting a lot of annoying active things in the way. And you
I mean,
can see
that's-
like Morgan for the most part, as soon as like see all these situations when they reset to like a greater distance, Morgan just kind of sends it. A little more defensive now.
I mean, that is generally... It's not just mirrors, right? I generally think reactive play
just meant, like,
is better
soul
better in
in
a
the
lot of
mirror.
situations
Yeah.
if you have the knowledge and the capabilities of playing that reactive
So-
play.
Soul is very good at playing reactive.
Yeah.
If his opponent will give it to him. But I
I
say
agree.
specifically in the mirror, because I find a lot of Soul players, the way they play other matchups, is they're very used to running around. They're very used to doing a lot of whatever they want.
Kind of,
Soul,
yeah.
specifically in the mirror, is very good at shutting it down. Gonna get a safe jump potential. Yeah, no meter. Has to rip it and
Yeah.
just die, unfortunately.
I feel like Morgan's doing a little too much reversal.
Too much DPs, yeah.
Yeah.
Morgan, kind of in general, I'm telling you, like, look at the air dash getting 5K'd. Like, a lot of impatience. James
Yeah,
is just doing a
I'm
good job
definitely
sticking
seeing
out
that.
normals,
Yeah.
basically, and baiting out, like, a lot
Yeah.
of desperate options.
That's what I meant. Just like hanging himself, right? He just kind of bunga bunga.
It's like having a conversation, right? You wanna see what the other person's saying, right?
Yeah,
So-
like, to me, the tone of this set is defined by how much Morgan does something, kind of gets hit, James gets a hit, and then James does a safe jump. Like, immediately after.
Yeah.
And then you just see the dichotomy of, like, how the two play. One of them is very oriented around, like, let me run this safe-ass Oki.
Yeah. I mean, that's how it should be. Like, when I play, I always do safe jump against people who are blocking, because there's no reason to, right?
Yeah.
There's no
Again,
reason to
yeah,
do
that-
anything risky if the opponent's not
100%.
respecting your, like,
Yeah.
the safest down.
Yeah. I would definitely say that the tone of that set was, at the beginning, they both kind of did whatever they wanted.
Yeah,
It was
yeah,
pretty scrambly, and then James definitely settled into whatever they wanted to do, and Morgan just kind of got caught, like, throwing their life away one too many times.
James definitely adapted to how he was playing.
I know this kind of Oki, where it's like, just let me throw it on him, like, you could definitely just DVC out of that.
Oh no.
That was gonna hurt. You're not
What are
dead,
these?
but this is really bad. Nice. I will say, if you want to pause, like, briefly,
Like
this is a thing I point out with a lot of Slayer players. This is twice that Bedman has set up this exact setup with, like, sweep into whiff under pressure, and then you have to guess it's late or 2K. This sequence changes in the corner. I don't think you need to do K Dandy. I think P Dandy is already enough momentum, but I will have to double check that. But in the corner, Slayer gets a better confirm off this. He doesn't have to do this confirm. Yeah, this is one of those. This is really tangible. I tell a lot of Slayer players, because a lot of them will get with, and then do this again, right? That's like the standard confirm. In the middle of the screen, you have to do this. In the corner, you don't. If you get that Okazema setup where it's like sweep, whiff into this, then it's the same idea. It's you either do overhead, right? Like, you do meaty overhead and you try to confirm off of it, or you do this.
Oh yeah, I've seen
And
it.
it's like significantly more damage, and the confirm is like very similar. Right? Everyone has like variations once you launch them, kind of based on their weight.
Yeah.
But think about like the difference of that hitting the low versus just doing another like
Yeah,
50
he's
damage.
basically doing the mid screen.
Right. It's a subtle thing, but I always mention it to Slayer players, because yes, you just have to do that. Like, you just change your combo alone, and you'll get so much more damage, better Oki, etc. Like, her face down takes
yeah.
longer. She has a bit of a longer wake up time in general. I think it's like 27.
I think
something
so.
like that.
Yeah, something like that.
But specifically on face down, that's a lot slower than average. So it throws you off. You see a lot of people mess up face down Okazema versus her, which if you notice, like, Slayer's sweep was that every time.
I'm gonna say something really general. I'm not sure how. I can't really say for alpha combos because I don't play her, but when it comes to RC situations at the end where opponents have burst, I think just slightly tapping FD right below an opponent or like next to an opponent, you probably still get a combo because RC freeze is really long, and you could also care for the burst because
Oh, absolutely.
yeah. So I think it's just like not just an alpha thing. It's just everybody in general. I play Raven, so when I get Claw RC, then it's like most of the time you have enough time to like dash, then FD break, then press a button.
Yeah,
and I think and you should always make it a habit. So at least you'll catch the initial burst of people just, you know, doing it when you're running it.
I almost always tell people, I say like Xrd is a really mean game sometimes, because this game, Strive does it too actually. Basically like the newer games with the slowdown are really mean games, because on big hits when they roam and cancel, you have very clear moment to realize that you're dying. Like the game is showing you on screen that you're dying. And so self-preservation kicks in for a lot of people. But the idea is, it takes so long for the confirm, there's no reason for you to press a button until the end, right? So those bursts never work out.
The smart thing is to probably like delay the burst if you're kind of feeling doubtful.
That's your best chance in that situation.
Yeah.
You're fighting for your life, that's as good as it gets. Right. And I would say like if I was Avery, like things I would look for a lot of the times is just like how greedy are they with their summons, you know, like do they do a good job of defishing like this?
Yeah,
you know, so that I don't, because I think if you see defish as Bedman, I would just tone back on how much you throw task A, because task A is just a free defish essentially.
Yeah, you also don't like do drill.
Yeah, I think Seismo, like his like 3H and 2H are okay. They're actually like quite good if you have a really good read on when Dizzy's gonna do stuff. Yeah, that's tough.
I mean,
yeah, but I will say she has to like be in the air a lot more. Her movement's really good in this matchup, but if she's grounded and she's just summoning for free, then it's just on the Bedman player.
Yeah, exactly. Good 2H, good 3H usage will keep a Dizzy player more patient at full screen, is the way I would put it. Opts for cross up this time, but not quite like well timed. I think that was just like same side. So, oh, the dead angle getting eaten by the fish is brutal.
Yeah, you never really want a dead angle of Dizzy. Fish usually always eats it.
Yeah,
fish, right?
Reverseling Dizzy is kind of like a fool's errand.
Yes.
It rarely ever works, unfortunately.
I mean, as long as there's no summons, right? But once the summon's out, you never burst or dead angle.
Well, the really big thing is if they're good about it. Oh, this is tough. Got so much meter.
So much meter. Yeah.
Ice Spike is such a potential.
I guess. Wait. We should probably explain. It was like, just even if the fish or the summons are behind Dizzy, if the burst or that angle hits it, it will prioritize hitting the fish or the summon before it hits Dizzy.
Generally, fish is prioritized.
Yeah,
exactly.
It doesn't matter. It's when I first learned it was infuriating because it's like, wait, the fish is behind. I do like a horizontal chemical up, and the fish is behind. The D fish is behind, but it'll hit the fish, and Dizzy just straight needs still because it eats the hit, so there's no blocks there to hit. So it's just pretty much a free arbor.
That's a knockdown.
Yeah.
I will say we're gonna see some interesting decision making because Minatons is from the school of Manny Blaze. In other words, some of the neutral decision might be a little interesting. Nice. Get another scrap.
I haven't played much against Manny, so I can't really say.
Alright. Little like
annoying for Dizzy though.
Little bit of like an obvious thing to say, but definitely could have killed if recognized that he built the bar. Right. Did not need to do the extra mix at the end as Raven. You'll realize like Minatons definitely built the bar, like to have killed. And
yeah.
Like that last bit, he cooked, you know.
Just a general thing for me here. If you're unsure if the combo is gonna build enough bar for RC, just press it anyways.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. It's true. Yeah,
it's an option.
I usually do that.
Yeah. I'll just press it. If you don't get enough bar, nothing's gonna happen. If you get a bar, you're gonna get a combo. It's like this.
We in the business like to call that an option.
Yes, it is absolutely an option select. I hope you found these helpful. If you like this and think I should continue for future tournaments, let me know in the comments. Alright, until next time, have fun with fighting games.